What's going on, you guys? My name is Matt, and in this video, we're going to be talking about a super exciting project. It's an AI bot project, unlike any that I've seen before. And what I mean by that is they're actually using real trading bots to generate real profits. Additionally, they're giving everyday retail investors access to bots that only institutional investors have previously had access to. Now, this isn't going to be crazy degen APRs and weekly percentages. It's not going to be your 2% a day, 3% a day kind of bot. This is real bots that are getting real results. So if that's something you're interested in learning about, let's jump right into this. The project is called Aviate Finance. And you can see here on their website, they say Aviate invests in institutional-only high-yielding trading bots. The purpose of our projects is to give retail investors access to these bots, which usually require a large amount of capital to enter. And again, this isn't just one bot. We'll dig into this when we jump into the white paper. This is a suite of bots. It's more of a bot ETF. So when you invest in this, they're going to spread it across several different bots. You guys can see they have a very nice looking website. There's actually not a ton on it, which I kind of like. It's very to the point, short and sweet. You guys can check out all their socials at the bottom footer. You can also join their Discord in the top right section. I highly encourage you to do that. I don't think they have a Telegram at this point in time, but join their Discord and please go in there and do your own due diligence. Make sure you ask all the questions that you need to know before investing any amount of money into any protocol. Now, these bots have been consistently profitable for a long time, and they're using real trades to provide this data, not backtests. So a lot of times you get into these bot projects and they say, yeah, we've been testing this for 2 years. But what they mean is they backtested it for 2 years using fake money to see how it performed. That's not what's happening here. They actually have done real trades over months and months and months, and they've been consistently profitable with institutional size investments. Next, they actually pay out investors in USDC. So you're going to get paid out in a stable coin. These payouts happen weekly, not daily. So once a week, you're going to go onto the dApp and you'll be able to claim your weekly payouts in USDC. And they really try to hammer this home all throughout the entire white paper and the website. They say USDC payouts only come from bot profits. We do not and will not pay out investors from other investors' funds, meaning we are not a Ponzi. We are not using other people's money or new money coming in to pay out existing investors. A lot of people claim this, and then we find out that's actually not true, and that's actually not what's happening. And you'll see that when we talk about what you can expect profit-wise from these bots, you'll see that it's not something that's static. It's something that's moving, that's fluctuating as the bot profits are fluctuating. They believe in full transparency. Joshua, the lead on the project, has doxed himself. I've seen him on AMAs. He's very active in the Discord channel. He and the team have KYC'd by truth seekers, and they're also doing a truth seekers audit. So that should give you some comfort as an investor that they're actually taking these steps to show the community that they're not hiding anything and they're being fully transparent. Additionally, they're going to be having their bot wallets monitored with the truth seekers wallet watcher. So that's just another additional step that they're taking. Another good point about what's happening with this suite of bots is that the Aviate team is in control of the funds at all times. They're not having to use a separate brokerage account. They're basically acting as their own brokerage account to interact with these bots. And again, they've thoroughly tested the bots that they're currently using. They only work with professional bot developers that have an extremely good history of real trades. Now, this is what the suite of bots is going to look like. They're going to have one Forex bot that has been yielding 10 to 20% per month. Then they've taken a crypto bot that they really like, and they've broken it into 3 strategies. They're using a low risk strategy, a medium risk, and a high risk. And you can see the low risk is gaining 8% per month on average. The medium risk is 10 to 15% per month. And the high risk is 15 to 25% per month. So this is nothing to shake your head at. This is actually really great. These are real yields, and these are tested averages. So it could be more than this, and it could be a little bit less than this, but this is what they found to be accurate. They have a 5th bot, which they call the Truth bot, and this is a bot that the Truth Seeker Treasury has a large chunk invested in, and they're actually seeing returns of 20 to 40% per month. So pretty amazing stuff right there. And my understanding is they're going to spread it equally across these 5 bots and monitor their performances. The ones that are performing better, they're going to increase the investment level, and those ones, the ones that are performing a little more poorly, they're going to decrease the investment level in that. And if it underperforms multiple months in a row, they're actually going to replace them, because on the side, they're actually testing out new bots and new strategies that if they find a big winner in those that have a good track record, that have a good history, then they're going to slip them in and take the other bot out. So they're not going to be sitting on stagnant bots. If they're not working, they're going to get rid of them and they're going to add new ones in. I know they said they're actually testing arbitrage bots as well. So it's kind of a survival of the fittest for these bots inside this suite. And I think that's kind of cool because you have access to all of them and only the best ones are going to make it and stick around. Another thing that I like is Joshua, who's the lead on this project. He's not trying to hide anything. He openly says that there are risks involved in the project. The risk would be that maybe something happens and the AI bot doesn't perform like they thought it would. Maybe it has multiple losing weeks. But again, they're going to switch that out if that happens. They also say that the bots are based on volatility and we cannot control how the market performs. So you just got to keep these things in mind. This in no way, shape, or form is risk-free, but you kind of have to like what you're seeing with their honesty, transparency, the way that they're going to have their bot wallets watched by the Truth Seekers Wallet Watcher. There's just a lot to like. It checks a lot of boxes. Now, what also makes this different is they have a native token called the Aviate token. And at first, this was actually something that turned me off to this protocol. Because as you know, most native tokens are inflationary and they eventually, the price on them just goes down, 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 down until the project is over. So I'm not typically a huge fan of these native tokens, but I really like the tokenomics that they have in place with the Aviate token. The way that it works is you're going to buy these Aviate tokens. You're going to get them from Command Swap. You take the Aviate tokens, you go to the Aviate dApp, and you stake those Aviate tokens. Once you stake them, every week you're going to get paid out only in USDC. So you're not going to get paid out in AVI. Okay, I like that. Because if you got paid out in AVI, that's a different story. But that's not what's happening. You're getting stablecoin USDC. So they believe that this is going to create immense buy pressure for AVI, and it's going to limit sell pressure. So the only way to get access to these amazing trading bot results and get paid out in USDC is going to be to have AVI tokens and have them staked on the Aviate dApp. They also say that the Aviate token has profit hedging. They say we hedge our token against our own bot profits. So the lower the amount of AVI that is staked at any given time, the higher the weekly USDC trading profit payouts will be for each staked AVI investor. So what's happening is all the trading bot profits are going into a pool, and it's going to be based on pool share. The way you get a bigger share of that pool of the bot profits is by how many AVI tokens you have compared to everyone else in the pool. So the more AVI tokens you have staked, the bigger chunk of that profit pool you're going to get on a weekly basis. Now, the higher amount of AVI tokens that are staked at any given time, the lower the USDC payouts are going to be for each staked AVI investor. So the more AVI tokens that are in that pool, it's going to be more diluted and you're not going to get as high of payouts. Now, they're still going to be good according to the team, but they're not going to be as high. But what does that also mean? It also means that there should be immense buy pressure on the AVI token, and the AVI token is going to go up. So some people are going to want to unstake and take their profits and sell, and that's totally great, and that's a great strategy to do if that's what you want to do. But the only time that you're going to sell these AVI tokens is when you want to cash out and you want to stop receiving USDC payouts weekly, and you just want to be done with the protocol. So you can kind of see this lever mechanism that they have. So let's say the price of AVI skyrockets. A bunch of people unstake and sell to capture those profits, which is a totally reasonable thing to do. But what's going to happen to the people that are still staked in that reward pool? Well, their share of that pool just increased majorly. So they're going to actually start earning more weekly because a bunch of people just left the pool by unstaking their AVI tokens and selling them. So I like the way that they set this up because you basically win no matter what's happening. If the price of AVI is going up, well, you win if you cash out and you sell and you capture those profits. Or you could win by staking your AVI tokens and capturing a bigger percentage of the bot profits on a weekly basis. So that'll be the strategy that you need to figure out as you're in the protocol. Again, I think it's important to clarify that you're not getting a set percent. You're not getting 2% a week or 5% a week or 10% a week. You're getting a percentage of the bot profits according to how many AVI tokens you have. So also you could buy AVI token and you could just swing trade it. You don't even ever have to stake it. So if you think to yourself that this token is going to skyrocket in price, just hold it and sell it. That's going to be the strategy of some people. We already talked that these payouts are going to happen weekly. You're going to have the ability to compound. So if you're staked and you actually want to build a bigger share of the AVI token, you could take your USDC payouts and you could purchase more AVI and add them to your stake. Another thing that I like about what they're doing is they're very minimal fees. So you can buy the AVI token with a 0% buy tax, and there's no lockup period and no taxes on stake and unstake. So virtually no taxes. The only thing that you need to be aware of is a 7% sell tax on the AVI token. You need to make sure if you're going to buy it and swing trade it, you need to be up more than 7% for it to work for you. In just a second, we're going to talk about the presale and what you need to know about getting involved with the project if that's something that interests you. But there are a few more points I want to hit before we jump into that. Of all the bot profits that come in, 70% of them are going to go into a pool that pays out AVI stakers. And 30% of the bot profits are actually going to be paid as fees. Now, here's how those fees break down. Of that 30%, only 10% is going to the team. That's their team profit. And for me, I'm totally fine with that. As long as they're delivering and innovating and keeping a thriving community, I'm cool with that. No problem. The other 20% is going to go to bot developers, the safety fund, which we'll talk about, testing and development. So they actually have to pay to use these bots. So they're going to have to pay these bot developers. And they also are creating what they're calling a safety fund. It's going to scrape profits out of this 20%, put them into a private fund. This fund is going to be set aside essentially for a rainy day. Joshua has been very open and honest that these bots aren't perfect. So they're not going to win all the time. In case they have a couple of bad weeks in a row, they'll have a fund sitting there that they can take and inject back into those bots so they can keep trading at the same level that they were. So that's going to be happening on the side. Again, like we said, they're going to be testing a lot of other bots on the side, and they need capital to do those tests. So that's where that other portion of that 20% is going to go. I also want to point out that they're only going to be trading with the original funds that they raised in the presale, meaning they're not going to take all the new money that comes in and start trading with that, because actually these bots have limits. You can't increasingly grow to multiple millions because it actually starts hurting the bot's performance. And that's a real thing that really happens. When you start to scale these bots up, it becomes a problem. So again, this is not a Ponzi. They're only going to be using the funds that were raised in the presale inside of these bots. Okay, let's talk about the presale. The presale is happening on the 22nd of March. Now, if you want to get in one day early, the presale is happening on the 22nd of March, so it's just around the corner. Now, if you want to get in one day early, here's how you can do that. You have to hold 2,500 or more truth tokens before Tuesday. If you hold those 2,500 truth tokens, you're going to be able to get in one day early. The public presale itself is going to run for 7 days. The price of the AVI token, it's going to be $1, and it's not going to be raised the entire time of the presale, so it's going to stay at $1. Now, in terms of hard cap, it says undisclosed. I'm not sure if they just don't want to share it or they don't have one. I'm not sure. The minimum contribution is going to be 100 USDC, again, on the Binance Smart Chain. And there doesn't appear to be a maximum presale contribution. So like I've already said, for me, this ticks a lot of boxes. I've actually been testing out a lot of bots myself, different grid bots and different things like that. And you have to pay for these services. You have to pay, $150, $250 a month to be able to run these bots. And I have to be looking at them all the time. And even though I shouldn't be, I find myself checking them and adjusting them and doing all these things when they're supposed to be a more passive thing, and I'm having to pay for them. And often I've lost money with them. I've made some money, but I've also lost some money. So the idea of getting in on some of the best institutional level suite of bots that I don't have to manage, that I'm not paying for, is an idea that's attractive to me from a team that is doxed, that's KYC'd, that has a respectable audit, that's letting their wallets be wallet watched, that has good tokenomics. I think this could be a really cool project with a lot of potential, but you guys do not take my word for it. I'm not a financial advisor. And again, go join their Discord, read their white paper, treat every dollar you have that you're investing with like it's your last to really make sure you're making a great decision. So that's my thoughts on Aviate Finance. I hope you guys found this helpful. If you did, again, please hit the like button for me right now. And even more importantly, subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you guys a part of the journey as I challenge myself and you to go from $0 to $100,000 a month in passive income. You guys are amazing. I love you. I'll see you in the next video.